How was you growing up there? Family, mother, father, how was the family like?
I grew up in a Christian home. My dad passed away 6 years ago.
Yes,
My dad was present in terms of proximity and availability. So proximity says
I was coming there.
I know where my father is in the house. That's proximity. Availability means he pays for the fees. He's there. He works. He's a man. His emotions are seen now and then, but they are not easily expressed. It's either you're gonna, so we'll get to that. Yeah, I will break down the dynamics of the relationship I had with my father. Grew up in a Christian home, which I think to this day I'm very grateful for, because it really doesn't matter how much of a crazy wayward individual I grew to be. It was those Christian foundation and fundamentals that literally helped bring me back. So if you feel like I've always been on a spiritual leash, I could go far, not further than far. So something.
Far, not further than far.
No, I could go far, not further than far. Because when I about you go and then you lose yourself, you forget. So that thing pulls you back. So when you're going far, it literally pulls you back.
I can relate to that, because one thing I always say, especially in a Christian space, sometimes Christians rebise up just because you go to church and you don't apply the Christ principles.
Yes.
Doesn't make you a better Christian.
No. It doesn't.
The person who look at it,
yes,
who apply the principles of God, they succeed in what they do just because it's a principle issue.
My mentor said something yesterday. We were having lunch, and then Bishop Makwako, he said to me, if you you can violate protocol and you can be forgiven. But if you violate principles, the principle is going to judge you.
Amen.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
And it's something that we are not getting an understanding of. The reason why we have blended families now is because there was a violation of principle. Because we are used to violating protocol and being forgiven. Then we violate principle. And then now we are being judged by the principle.
We'll come to blended families. I'm still on the working Molly Roy. Anyway, where is school? How is school? How is...
So my dad wrote stories from Zering FM. So by God's grace, we were allowed to go to schools that did not have a surname. So I went to Agdiore.
What? Which school don't have a surname?
Bo Elizabeth Matsimela.
John Makakula secondary.
Secondary school of the lady. Khotso ya Modimo. Comprehensive school for the lady. So I was blessed by grace to go to schools that did not have a surname.
And how was that experience anyway? How was that experience?
Oh my God.
Going to those schools and come back Kokas.
It was, so you were considered, I was the guy. You get attention. So, remember, town was not as accessible as it is.
Yeah.
So growing up in Soshanguve, on Amelatics, we are tropong. It was, or we get transport. Because like 90% of the kids went to school in the proximity of where they stayed.
Of course.
So at that time, you realize that you are blessed. But as a child, you don't see it. So here's the shift of dynamics is that your father works hard so that you can be exposed to things that you did not get a chance to be exposed to. But then now, the downside there, you get introduced to Pope Jonathan. So remember, we are afforded the luxury of going and having the right to attend, but the capacity to handle doesn't reach the demands of that particular school. So my father's financial capacity allowed us to get in the room, but probably did not have enough capacity to allow us to have a fresh kit here cricket. So I played.
Was about to say that. Yes.
So at number two, Jonathan's parents are the ones who create employment. They are not They are not employed by Jonathan's
So
father.
they come into
They come to his thing. So now, because of the exposure, then you start seeing how other fathers or how other parents are showing up, and then now you start having resentment for the man who's working hard to create the platform, because you are still a child. Now you start thinking, well, this man doesn't care about me. Why didn't he come to my cricket game? Why was he not there? Nagogishian. So you start harboring resentment. Now,
false resentment.
False resentment.
Yes.
Two things are going to happen. You are either going to outperform in order to get his recognition, or you're going to self-destruct. So in my case, I outperformed my last performance, so that in hopes that he will come, give him money. So Jonathan is a 12th man. Go cricket team is not even an important figure.
But the parents are there.
But the parents, not even just the parents, the grandmother, even the cat or the dog is there. And you're thinking to yourself, if Jonathan is not even in the starting lineup, Chief, I'm the second batsman. Like a fast bowler, like the second batsman.
Who does cricket?
I play cricket, even to this day.
You know, and Tuesday.
No, but now I play golf. It's fine.
And you know, when you say that, I want to show you an example. I had a debate with someone about such a thing, where they say, no, but black parents don't, excuse me, they don't attend schools for. I'm like, guys, are you crazy? Where are they, those people, during school hours? Because if you check all these events, the time that they're happening, they're at work.
Yes.
The guys who are there, and I sit with me, the reason why, personally, like my son's events, my kids' events, this one which just started school this year, I'm there. It's simply because, like you say, I don't work for anyone.
Yes.
So I think for us it's a bit unfair.
Yeah, to crucify without understanding the background context that informs the ability to have that proximity of having that kind of education. So growing up, then so my mother then, so women have this thing, they wanna
Compensate?
No. They wanna be the heroines in the eyes of the children, right? So instead of my mother explaining the situation, then he villainizes the man who's making the opportunity possible. Alright? So growing up, then you learn, you have two choices. You are either offended or inspired. So you are either inspired by the fact that your father is going out of his way to make sure, and I'm talking about, this is the 1997, 98. I'm in a white, it's a predominantly, it's a white
Probably
school.
less than 10 people.
When we started, during Boom, we had 6 black kids.
Thank you.
It was me, my brother, my cousin, and then the other 3 black kids. And then that's when the number.
Yeah.
But now you miss the blessing with this false. You said it best. False.
False thing?
Or whenever you.
It came at that moment.
This borrowed intelligence is a problem.
But I get what you're saying.
You understand. So now it's so I learned, man, growing up, that a father has a responsibility to father their sons, but the son also has a responsibility to be a son.
But isn't it of course, and remember, this is not me trying to bash our fathers, because they're from a space where communication was not a thing for them.
No.
So shouldn't we learn, when we're doing that, we must also bring the communication part, at least talk with these guys.
Yeah, but again, I was still saying, then the offense, false offense.
False offense.
The
yes.
offense, then you are gather, and then you start thinking, this man does not care. But then you start. That's why even today, I overperform. So that
because you want to compensate for that.
Yeah. So this thing, it consists an inadequacy in terms of being appreciated and being feeling like you're not appreciated and you're not recognized. So this levels of inadequacy